Hello, honeybees. Today's reading is for Saturday, September 27th. These readings are for inspiration, affirmation, and intentional living. First card will be honeybee or honeydew. Second card will be the how. And third card will be an oracle message from Keepers of the Light. And then we will get an angel number as well for Saturday. Okay. Saturday, September 27th. Go Hawks. Go Hawks. Big football, college football day. All right. Too many cards. This deck, this Everyday Witch deck, I think it's just this deck. Maybe I should switch decks for a minute and see. I'm surprised, actually. It's very thin, glossy. But the cards are coming out in giant stacks. Whether I'm doing, my readings for YouTube or otherwise, they keep wanting to come out kind of like in a storyline. So I don't know what that's about, but could be just the card stock. All right, so the High Priestess, Seven of Swords. High Priestess, Seven of Swords, and the Sun. So honeybee, honeydew. What's at the bottom of the deck here? Four of Pentacles. I'm still hearing from Friday's session, or I'm still hearing from Friday's reading, I Won't Back Down, and I've had a therapy session in between those two readings. And so it's back playing over and over and over again in my head. So a couple of things. No, I have to stick with this is honeybee or honeydew, okay? I think this is about you trusting your intuition, also staying quiet and strategizing in order to get to where, you authentically need to be. Keeping things close to your chest, not needing to talk about it. I know this week we had a reading around like it's time to move. We've been keeping things quiet, but this could be also about recognizing like there's some people in your life that you already know about probably that aren't going to be encouraging to you. And so there's no need to really like seek affirmation or validation or confirmation or support even from those people. They're not the people to look towards anymore. So there's that. Do what you're doing, manifesting quietly and internally and privately. And I'll show you the cards in a minute, but I need to keep looking at these cards because I don't know this deck very well, and the imagery is very different. Than in other decks. And the reason, just to keep things to yourself, is to eliminate the friction that comes from that, the continual hurt, the repetitive cycles and patterns of fighting with people who they're not going to understand you or the direction that you're going in. And that's okay. They don't have to. You can still go in that direction. And okay, so that's and continue manifesting and trusting in yourself and your higher, the guidance from your higher self. that is trying to get you to who you were meant to be, towards your authentic self and soul expression. Um, um, and it could also be that you may be getting some enlightenment or clarity around someone being deceptive in your life, and you can trust your intuition on that, if that's where the clarity is coming from, like kind of a sudden like aha, oh, I don't know. But I think I'm feeling, I like the first message, but it just seems that it could be something here around that. Or someone coming forth and letting you know, telling you why they were so deceptive or sneaky or secretive or combative or betrayed you or, hurt you, whatever it is. Maybe that is coming to light for you. So let's go back to the first message, and you just kind of moving. What's the how? Let's see if we get anything more on that. The how. You maybe even are contacting someone to get clarity, like a tarot reader, like a psychic, to get some, and you got to trust your own intuition, but to get some clarity on something that has been pretty murky for you. Okay, King of Cups. The expressions on these cards, everybody looks like shocked, afraid, worried, something. This is an interesting one. I'm going to read from the Everyday Witch. The King of Cups is a pretty solid, grounded energy, someone who balances intellect, perception, higher, wiser self with their emotions. They're not too removed from either. They're not too driven by either. There's a balance there. And even in the midst of what can be like a lot going on that could be emotionally stirring or stir the emotions, they're balanced. So for you, I kind of just, just heard, never let them see you sweat. So if something's going on in your life, on either of those messages, it's important for you to maintain perspective. Consider the source, consider what's going on with those people, but not too much consideration. Just, do I really need that affirmation, validation, support from them? Probably not. Is it even valuable to go in that direction? Probably not. I'm going to read. Okay, and so here's the depiction of the King of Cups. Did I show you these? Sorry. I'm starting to get a little, whew, been a day. Okay, so we had, for Honeybee, Honeydew, we have the High Priestess. Okay. Definitely connecting with her higher power, her intuition, her magic. The Seven of Swords. Sneaky energy, strategic energy, depending on where you're coming from. And then the Sun. Okay. The only reason why I'm looking at the King of Cups right here is because of his expression. What's going on here? What are they trying to depict? And this is a huge book. I mean, look at that, the size of that book. It is good to be in control, but be careful not to separate yourself too much from others. The King of Cups is a generous man. He supports the arts and encourages creative endeavors of all kinds. Less emotional than his queen, he tends to watch the world around him with a benevolent eye, but from a distance. He didn't get pulled into all the stuff. You've heard the expression, no man is an island, right? It is just possible that the King of Cups is the exception to that rule. Of course, he owns the island, so maybe that helps. He might even invite you to join him there if you can convince him your cause is worthy. Things to consider. If the King of Cups represents someone else in your reading, he probably stands for someone who is a figure of power in your life, but who keeps a little bit of emotional distance, no matter what the relationship. He may be supportive, even loving, but also a little wary of getting involved. He is wise and experienced after all, and knows that love can be complicated. If the king represents you, this is Honeybee, Honey You, this might be a good time to take a closer look at your interactions with others. Are you willing to help out as long as you don't have to get too close? If you are holding your heart a little too safe, perhaps it is time to leave the island and come join the rest of the world. Well, that could be too. Because we have, oh, I must have shuffled. We had Four of Pentacles again at the bottom of the deck on the first shuffle, or first pull. But I do really think this is more about you paying attention and being mindful of where you're getting your guidance and your support as you're moving towards self-fulfillment, authenticity, your soul's alignment with your earthly experience. Okay? All right. And so let's get oracle message. Keepers of the Light. And as I always say, I do extensively shuffle in between readings. So, okay, the Miriam, Sacred Vision. Interesting. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And Kali Ma is at the bottom of the deck. Facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Bottom of the deck. And here is the Miriam. Remember that love has no boundaries. Yeah, love is not walls. Which means the beloved are twin flame angels who come as one. They are mirror images of each other. They are the angels who appeared to Mary Magdalene in the tomb of Jesus after his passing. These angels spoke directly to Mary and helped her move beyond her grief so that she was able to commune with Jesus once more. They can help us move beyond the cloud of grief, too. They heal grievances of all kinds, including ones that have been created by religion or the idea that God does not love and accept us because of a mistake we once made. The Miriam help us remember that we don't need to ask God for forgiveness because He never condemned us in the first place. There is a real opportunity for you to move beyond grief or grievance at this time. The Miriam are here swirling their holy light all around you so that you can regain a sense of union with Spirit. You are loved beyond words. Choose to see the light of God in everyone and everything and to love without boundaries, including yourself. Honor in no. Okay. Love without boundaries. I don't know what that actually means. I think you can love and still have boundaries. And in fact, setting boundaries, stating your boundaries, your wishes, your wants, your needs, your expectations for partnership or relationships, in whatever ship that comes in, is a way to avoid resentment, is a way to avoid hurt and explosive, sudden, out of the blue, over nothing outbursts. Like, you have to talk about these things. And it's a gift to your person when you set those boundaries and those expectations and state your wants and needs, and bring up times when you're feeling hurt in your relationships. Honor others and honor yourself with your sacred vision. So it's both. You are in a space of deep healing and forgiveness. Choosing to see the light of the world will help you grow even more. Choosing to see the light of the world will help you grow even more. Okay. Let's get an angel number. Saturday. I do feel, Fridays felt like, yes, kind of the message was on the individual level, but, the energies, the astro energy, the astro weather out there, the collective impact also, I think, was coming through on Friday's message, and maybe this is, with regards to that as well. We're going to feel the energies individually and on the collective level at the same time. So, yep, that shot out. Ooh, 888. As you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. I am abundant. 888. You're clearing the path. Yeah. You can clear the path and you can clear the clutter in your life with love and thank you for the lesson. And you're no longer necessary anymore, or this pattern is no longer necessary for me, or is no longer helping me on my journey, or what have you. And maybe that's like love with no boundaries, but also have boundaries around people that are no longer working for you, or behaviors. Okay. Gotta go. I gotta go eat. Okay. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.